At the end of the Oregon Trail is a small city in Oregon called Independence, a town full of history. And this astounding rural community certainly earns its name. Through community initiatives, inclusive tech culture building, and clear-eyed persistence, Independence is becoming a leader in rural technology and innovation.
I've always had a love for rural, and the more I was here, the more I realized that it was a pretty special place, and I just really fell in love with Independence. I mean, the city has this real can-do attitude. Big things happen in small places, and I'm really interested in rural resiliency, having grown up in a very, very tiny logging town in Oregon. So for me, it was an opportunity to really be here and to set some of that in motion as much as I could, and to open a co-working space and really look at how can we help provide some innovation in these small communities. My name is Kate Swarzler, and I own Indie Commons. Indie Commons is a co-working space scaled to a rural model. So whether they have a small business or they work remotely, they have a place now to get out of their homes and into a Main Street presence. And that's really great for our downtown, because not only are we giving them a place to work in a professional setting, but then we're also bringing some vitality to downtown, and people are now going to coffee shops and going out to eat, and they get a Main Street presence, which I think is really important for our community. Technology has been really key to rural innovation here in the community. We have pretty phenomenal internet access. We have gig service here at the co-working space, and it's really great to be able to offer that to people who want to live here in this beautiful community, but be able to access their jobs remotely.
5 years ago, people didn't really think of opening co-working spaces in rural communities. But when Kate Schwarzler came to town, saw what a great community it was, what a great kind of group of neighbors everybody was within the business community, within the larger community, she saw an opportunity. And then you add the broadband capabilities, and now she was able to make her co-working space really work. And that's because of our collaborations, the relationships we have both with our local business community, but also our regional partners like CORI.
I'm Eric Anderson with CORI, the Strategic Economic Development Corporation. I'm the president of the organization. One of the things about the region is, we've got a known agriculture, history. We have 170 crops grown in the 3 counties here, and one of the things we realized is that we have a three-dimensional supply chain. We make the equipment that harvests the food that we grow, and we make the beer with the hops that we grow, and that's really why we kind of identify that opportunity for us, it's kind of our sweet spot. Ag is the core of a lot of the economy.
As Independence engaged with smart agriculture and trying to become this interface between urban technology and rural agriculture, it quickly became apparent that it didn't make sense for a city to be leading this effort. A city is a city. We don't have a lot of agriculture going on in town. But CORI is a regional organization. They cover the entire 3-county area. They were a perfect partner to engage with, to get them involved, and then ultimately to hand the work over to CORI. CORI really took the lead, engaged a bunch of partners, and developed an application to the EDA's Build to Scale program. That grant was ultimately successful, which enabled CORI to really take what Independence was doing and spread it throughout the region.
The EDA Build to Scale grant allows us to provide a lot of different opportunities for both growers and businesses. And I think the opportunity here is if we're able to attract the technology side of things and they start to realize, hey, we should really be an ag country, this does provide opportunities for these kinds of businesses to come into downtown, second and third stories, in places like Indie Commons here. Really, for us, it's a matter of helping the next generation of farmer and grower. I mean, they're a very scrappy lot. They have to be to survive, and they compete on an international basis. So how do we provide some links to technology to help them actually get that innovation?
We set out to be an interface between urban technology and rural agriculture, connect the farmers with the problems to the tech companies who can develop the solutions.
With Rickreall Dairy, one of the things that people do not realize is the amount of technology that they have there, and everything is timed down to the second when it comes down to, what calves are fed when, what cows are milked when, that whole process. And we got to walk through there with someone from Intel who had her clipboard and was just taking down all this great information about just how that data flows through the operation.
While the Willamette Valley region is one of the most agriculturally dynamic in Oregon, the city of Independence is also a highly diverse community whose population is 39.6% Latinx and 30% under the age of 18.
One of the great things about our ag tech meetups is you get a real diverse group of people connecting together. You'll get agriculturalists, you'll get technologists, you'll get entrepreneurs, you'll get government people, all literally sitting around the same table, having a beer, sharing ideas.
We provide the pizza and the beer usually as an incentive, but then from there the connections are being made, and it's really fun to see what direction those go in.
As we do this agricultural technology initiative, as we pursue innovation and community revitalization, it's important to us that everybody who lives in Independence prospers from this initiative. Independence is 40% Latino as of the 2020 census. That's a huge portion of our population.
I feel that our team, when it comes to really working with maybe an owner who maybe their dominant language is Spanish, so then from our end, we make sure the materials are provided in Spanish and also walking them through the process of how to apply and how to, let's say if it's a grant or let's say if they want to make themselves officially recognized by the state so that they can get those grants, really being able to just kind of meeting them where they're at.
We do a lot of our engagement in Spanish. We literally go to the Catholic Church on Sunday after Spanish Mass and have open houses. It's important that we engage our entire community in all of our initiatives.
I'll say it again. It's not about reinventing independence. It's about providing access and opportunity through economic revival and a strong grasp on the idea that technology is the engine that will continue to push independence forward.